Swansea's vacancy is there, you can understand why he might be interested in that job, so.
Yeah, totally understand that. I think if it does happen, I think it's a nice move for him.
Yep.
He's had a number of years at Villa, playing-wise and coaching-wise. It's probably the next step. They haven't got a massive budget, but they've got a budget.
I will say this is very quick to just interrupt you. Some bookmakers have suspended betting on John Terry to Swansea, so that almost it doesn't 100% confirm it, but you can understand where they're going here. It looks like he will be announced as the Swansea manager. Sorry, Sal.
Yeah, so for me, it's an easy step for them, for Swansea as well. I think they lost their number one target the other day. For if it happens for John, it's a good move for him. They just missed out last year. I think Cooper has put a lot of effort into the team, Swansea team, and just fell shy.
Always close, right? He's done really well. Close to 2 playoff runs, and he's done really well.
They're probably looking for that little bit extra, and won't be surprised if he turns up there.
A risk, yes or no? I mean, you've played alongside him. Did you? And you talk about leaders, and both of you were leaders at the back. Could you see those managerial qualities early with John?
I think for me, he's a leader. John is, he's been an excellent defender over the years. And also for international, he's been impeccable. He's got obviously. I feel for me, it's all about him. Managing the next step and having the coaching kind of credentials that he's had. And he's been around Villa, he's been around the top club. So for me, it's a natural thing. Good luck if it happens, and then it's up to kind of him and how things go, really.
It is that natural progression, isn't it? You're right. I mean, he's been with that Villa setup now for 3 seasons. Yeah. Came in as a player first in the Championship, so he knows his way around the Championship as well. Yeah. And we've seen him, and what I like as well, we've seen Villa struggle. Right, they've struggled where they just about survived for the skin in their teeth a couple of seasons ago. So he's been through a team that has struggled, and he's been through a team last season that started to progress as well. So he's got all that in the book as well. He's
got all that in the book. I think the money wise, I think obviously Villa was always a good team. They just needed the right kind of the right structure. Really, they've always had good players, and they shouldn't really be floating around the relegation scenario. I think the manager there has got them all kind of working proper. He's got some good signings. I mean, Martinez has been amazing for him in goal wise from Arsenal. He's done really well. So he's done all that, and hopefully Swansea, if it does happen, it's a good move. So
interesting. I got some quotes here from John Terry. He says here this: "It has been a tremendous honour and privilege to have spent these last 3 seasons at Aston Villa, but I feel now is the right time to make the extremely difficult decision to move on." He goes on to say, "My immediate plan is to spend some quality time with my family, and thereafter hopefully take up some invitations to visit clubs and managers around Europe to develop my aim and objective about becoming a manager." That last bit there almost tells me he's not jumping into it straight away.
Yeah.
That almost tells me that he's going to take some time out, could be a year, go around, go and look at teams in Europe and how they play, how they manage. So, I mean, betting has been suspended on him getting the Swansea job. But again, I'm going to read that last bit out to you. "My immediate plan is to spend some quality time with my family, and thereafter hopefully take up some invitations to visit clubs and managers around Europe to develop my aim and objective of becoming a manager." That doesn't sound like a person that's going into the dugout next season at Swansea.
No, but that's what I was doing. Obviously being wanted to kind of be a manager. It's good to go around other managers, what they're doing around Europe, pick up a little, you have a week kind of there, you watch training, you watch a couple of games, you speak to the manager and the coaching staff, and you learn, and that's what I was doing, and I'm still doing that. It's obviously a little bit difficult now, but it will get easier to move around, and you pick up so much. There's little things. So I can understand where it's coming from, but you just don't know in football. People might be saying that, and all of a sudden it turns up as a manager at Swansea.
Yeah, let's be honest, it's a little double bluff going on there, possibly. Look, a lot of players from around your era have gone into management. Some have worked, and I'm thinking of the big players that you played with for England. Frank Lampard, obviously. Some might say it was a success at Chelsea, right, early, and then obviously lost his job. And Wayne Rooney right now at Derby County struggling right there, and now John Terry. How difficult is it, that step from playing at a high level as a player, to then go into management?
It's very hard because you have to adjust And also, you've been on the other side, playing wise for 15, 20 years. You could be listening to the coach and things like that, but you're not actually been coaching. Yeah, you can go for your coaching badges and things like that, but you haven't been, in the firing line. And that's what... that's the difference, really. When you're on the sideline and you've got to make the decisions, or you've got to manage, it's all about managing players, managing people. If you're not really good at managing people, you're going to really struggle at a football club, because there's so many different types of mentalities out there. You've got to be really multitasking all the time, and that's the thing about good managers, that they can multitask, they can get the best out of the group, and they can spot the deficiencies, or they can look at something and enhance it and make it, or change the system slightly, or change a player from left to right, or maybe a centre forward dropped into the midfield, or whatever, the little things. And then obviously the network of buying or getting some good loans in, making the difference, plugging that hole. And that's the good managers. They can see that very, very early on, depending when they come into the club. If they come in halfway, like in the Christmas time, it could be putting out the fires, and then getting some loans in, or beginning of the season, start with a good pre-season, then mould your team and go from there. So it's different. You don't know where you land a job. The season's almost going to start. If a manager goes
he's got to go in now, hasn't he? If he's going to go to Swansea, he has to go in right now.
Yeah, because the season's almost upon us. And then also, but you're dealing with a pre-season that you've not controlled. But you have to get on with it. You've got to be flexible as well.
Yeah. Very quickly, on John Terry, what type of manager, and from what you know of him, is he? Is he barking orders, very almost army sergeant, or is he like, Klopp, I'm around you when things get tough? What kind of manager is he?
I don't know, because he's been a coach.
We'll soon find out.
Yeah, we'll soon find out if this happens.
Yeah, we'll soon find out. Swansea fans, I want to hear from you. Text us 81089. You can give us a call as well, 08717 223344.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.